Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSL Bellingham. I want to welcome all the smiling faces here today and welcome everyone who is coming and joining us on live stream. My gratitude today is to have had the first experience of the Women's Retreat, the CSL Women's Retreat. Yeah, let's have some of those women stand up for a minute and let's just acknowledge. Yeah. Beautiful community building. It was awesome. And come back next Sunday for a presentation by this group of women as they sing to us. I'd like to turn it over to Kathy, our guest musician today, and the band, and they're going to open us up with some songs.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everything I need to know about what lies before me, everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Stand and sing. Everything I need to do about what lies before me, everything I need to do about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to accept about what lies before me, everything I need to accept about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to release about what lies before me, everything I need to release about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me. All right, take a minute and say hello to someone that you don't know. And if you're visiting us from online at home, take a moment to say hello in the chat. Oh yeah, my soul. Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
Hello, how is everyone? I'm Michael Tatlock, and this is my inaugural moment of being your practitioner of the day. It's a pleasure to be here. So if you all would take a moment, just take a nice deep breath, okay? And let's feel into that chair. And that chair is supporting you wonderfully and completely. And that is the it that supports you each and every day, because there's only one connected source for all of us, one spirit, one presence, one power. And we all have access to it, to that power. And I know that through that connectedness, we rise. We rise to our better selves, to a better community, to a better world. And it is through that communion with this divine spirit that we project love, laughter, joy, peace, beauty, harmony, abundance, prosperity. And I know, as I know for myself, I know for each and every one here, that we rise through our connectedness to the one Spirit. And I give great thanks for all the goodness that comes through us, to us, and around us. And all I have to do is say, and so it is.
Well, looks like there's no children here, so should we still do Hooray for the World? Then let's just go it through. Let's just sing Hooray for the World. So let's just stand up, even though we don't have any children to sing out today. We'll do a happy song. Okay. 2, 1, 2, 3. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and the animals too, and the sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Mother Nature and the human race. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We've got Mother Nature and the human race. Give yourselves a hand. Woo-hoo. Thank you for being spontaneous there with us. So the meditation today, which you may be familiar with, is by Karen Drucker, called Let Go of the Shore. And I really love this song because it sometimes feels that it can be really risky to choose between what feels safe and secure and what might bring us more fulfillment and aliveness. But often it's in the letting go of the familiar that helps us move toward our highest goal. So close your eyes and enjoy Let Go of the Shore. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery and join us. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. No need to make a plan, your heart will be your compass. Just lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery.
Well, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Reverend Zina Kacha. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. I'd like to share a story with you. It's a kind of story joke-ish kind of thing, or at least we'll see if I can deliver a good punchline. It's about a priest, so we know where that's going to go, right? And so there's this priest, and he has his parish, and he's very proud of his parish. It's, beautiful. It's in a beautiful town, and he's just in his place. Suddenly what happens is that there's news on the radio and television about a hurricane coming. So he does what his due diligence and locks up, batten down the hatches kind of thing. Well, the rain starts coming, and it's torrential downpours, and I mean like a lot of rain. And maybe you've heard this story before. So he's going to the front of the parish, and he's looking out, and he's kind of a little anxious, because water's rising rapidly. And he says, "Dear God, save me and save the church." So a speedboat comes up and says, "Hey, preacher, hop aboard. It's going to be flooding soon." And he says, "No, go away. God's going to come. He's going to save me." So the guy's like, okay, he's resolved to the fact that God's going to come save him. So he leaves him. The water continues to rise, again, very rapidly. And he's on the balcony of this parish. And he's like, "Dear God, I've done everything you've asked me to do. Save me, God, save me." Another speedboat comes. And the guy's like, "Preacher, jump in. Preacher, jump in the boat. They said that the levee's going to bust anytime soon." And he's like, "No, God's going to save me." So the guy leaves. Anyways, the water is just like flooded, where now it's time to get out of the parish and start making his way up to the roof, where he grabs the cross and he clutches the cross and he says, "God, you must save me." And a helicopter comes flying over. Brrr. The ladder comes down and the trooper says, "Preacher, grab the ladder, we'll hoist you up." "No, God will save me." And he drowns. So here he is at the pearly gates, ready to have his meaning of life, ready to face God. And he says, he's building resentment, right? So he gets there and he's like, "Why didn't you save me?" And he says, "Preacher, what the hell did you want from me? I sent you 2 speedboats and a helicopter." Woo, I was worried about that punchline, but I think I might have got it. Yeah. And I love that story because it really, shows a lot of different things. And we're going to kind of touch on them, but not too deeply, just kind of get around the gist of it as we move through the day. So my talk today is turning to that is, to what is now, so that we can transform what is yet to come. And I found this, it kind of dropped in for me, especially as I was thinking about this talk today. And I want to kind of preface how I'd like to bring it to us. One part of it is everything is relationships. We can't survive without each other. The other part of it is chaos is an essential part of this whole process of going from what is to become, what is transforming and emerging from what seemingly looks like destruction. And the other is to know that vision is an invisible field that binds us together. So when I think about this idea of everything is about relationships, I'd like to share a personal story. In 2017, I found myself sitting in my walk-in closet on an ottoman that we had there in our home in San Diego, and my heart was broken. I didn't know if I was coming or going, and I was very disconnected. I felt like it didn't really belong in the life that I had built, but I really didn't know where I wanted to go next. And as I was sitting there, I was really taken by the feeling of emptiness that I've never experienced before in my life. And just to give you a little background of that, the week before that was Thanksgiving. And 3 days before Thanksgiving, our beloved dog, Miko, 11 years old, died in our arms. And I don't know why it was that particular thing that shook me so deeply, but it did. And I know there's probably plenty of people in here who have a love of animals and can understand what I'm saying. So as I sat there, after quite a while, Patty made her way into the closet. And like all of us, I've been in the closet in a lot of different ways in my life. So it wasn't like an unusual circumstance to be there. Like some really great insight comes from being in the closet. Patty came in and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I am. But now I need to go to the school of ministry and become a licensed minister." And that was the day that I really realized that there's something each of us that guides us forward to what is our next thing to do. Our next greatest yet to be is inherent in the challenges that we face today. So when I go into that idea about everything is relationships, it really touches how they're critical. Because in that moment when I decided I was going to take that path that led me here, unbeknownst to me at that point of 45 years ago, but here I am today, I would have never known, but had I not taken the step, I would have really never known. And those critical relationships are important for us to harness, because once that happened, I had been a practitioner for 30 years, serving in a variety of centers, speaking, teaching, writing, supporting a very diverse group of clients as a prayer practitioner. And I was an entrepreneur running a business and managing to bring spirituality into the workplace. But at that moment in time, the connectivity and critical relationships that were important for my next evolution were a phone call away through ministry. And the door to ministry literally swung wide open for me. And I bet many of you have had that experience where you suddenly come to a juncture, a change point in your life, and you call upon those that either have traveled the path, those that have inspired you to take a risk and do it, or those that are there awaiting your arrival. And so I had a whole combination of all of those things that finally broke open and make me today stand here and say that critical connections are so important. And if we look at the global scene right now, isn't that what we're suffering from? Not feeling like we have the critical connections? Isn't Mother Earth in a way standing there and showing us that we are all connected, but the more we stand outside of the realm of the web of connectivity and continuity, the more that there is not an energy flow that begins to push and make its way through each and every aspect of life. The cosmos hold up everything, and they are a connective web, and they're critical to the continuity of the galaxies. It's all interrelational. In fact, if you haven't heard of her before, her name is Octavia Butler, and she's an African-American science sci-fi writer. Very complex. And her writing is so complex, but it's all leading back to God. And she says, all that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. And that's why I'm bringing this to the forefront. God is change because if we stay where we are without looking at life from the point of it is constantly moving and changing, we can tend to lose hope, right? Whereas if we are looking at change as a constant, then we know even in chaos, chaos is an essential part of the process of change. And it's in this idea of it being essential that Jonah Macy speaks of. And I love this. She calls it the great turning. And she says, don't turn away. No, something wonderful is happening to us right now. Humanity is on the threshold of something so magnificent. And because we've never experienced it before, it's hard for us to get our minds around the idea that good can truly come out of all of this anguish and heartache and pain that we might be experiencing as we look upon a world that doesn't seem to have a reflection of the worldviews that we feel are valuable. So she says to us, it is a collective awakening, a shifting direction, away from the wanton destructions of this planet. And each other, there's that critical connection. Away from those practices of separation and competition towards life and abundance. I like this visual. I like it a lot because it reminds me that we're always evolving. And if I think about me in that room, in that closet, on that ottoman 5 years ago, and I bet if you go back in your mind now to a time where you made a great change, you never knew you'd be where you are at the sort of culmination of that change. But that inherent in the change was chaos. Inherent in the chaos was the emergence of the thing that you truly desired to have happen. That's been my experience. So vision. Why is vision important? I think vision is important when we put it in the context of seeing with a different eye than what is. And Science Mind, we talk about this a lot. Turn away from the conditioned world, what looks like is happening, and turn back to the inner world and be connected to the inner guide of your soul. And we talk about that here, right? Your soul is welcome here. When we think of this idea of vision, it's about, having a strong vision for a future. Like imagine without bounds. I love this minister who mentored me for a long time, would always say, well, isn't it better to just believe and imagine it? And then if it doesn't happen, you'll say, wow, I didn't waste my time, being in the agony of what might have happened. And if it doesn't happen, you have the resources to allow yourself the disappointment and the brushing ourselves off and continuing down the path of life. And I really take that to heart in my life, that sometimes it isn't about spiritual bypass. It isn't like, oh, whoa, Mother Nature, yes, we've got some environmental issues going on. Let me just pray that away. That's the priest who was in the parish. Let me just make the prayer that makes it better. Vision isn't that. Vision is knowing that there's a good in humanity. There's a good in the spiritual truth of who we are. There's a good in the hearts of men and women. There's a good that is ours to have and hold and to share and to express and to connect with. And believing in that allows that good to begin to appear in very, very unique and original ways for each of us in our own lives. So this idea of connectivity and vision, I'm going to tell you about these birds. They're called starlings. I'm sure my bird lover over here knows about them more than I do. But if you haven't watched them, watch a video on YouTube about them. And the synchronized movement pattern of starlings' flocks. I watched it a couple of times yesterday and I was just fascinated. And why it's fascinating to me is because they do a couple of things that we're talking about. Everything's about relationship. They're together in a flock. Chaos is essential. When chaos uproots itself in their path to migration, they know how to react. When I say they know how to react, it's a collective activity. And what they do is called murmurations. And I really love that because it's so beautiful. It's the synchronized movement patterns that they inherently have in their DNA that allows one individual in the flock of 1,000 starlings to make the critical decision to move the flock in the correct direction for its safety, its food source, and its ultimate arrival at its destination. Maybe we could learn a little bit from those little guys to understand that that compass, that idea, that guiding force within them, the DNA, the actual God print, has a plan for them. And if they work together, they have a perfection that an individual starling could never actually possess. What they also teach us, I think that's really important and super high of mind for me right now, and it's this: moving from the individual to a collective form of leadership, where we realize that what I'm doing affects, and in that same regard, we can say, well, what you're doing politically affects me. But can't we also say, in that same regard, what you are doing with that beautiful smile and that loving welcome affects me? It's our choice to see things how we want to see them. And collective leadership is understanding that everything we touch has an effect. There's a domino effect that's happening. The other part of that is partnership, like really understanding even the center, like we are nothing without each other. Chairs would be empty. There wouldn't be this activity. It takes so much groundwork and love and vision and connection, collaboration to keep the fluidity of what's happening here. It's beautiful. And the last thing I think the starlings really showed us is adaptability, right? Like trying to do one new thing. And that's what I'm going to invite us to do this week. To look at our sort of habitual patterns of how we do our day, whatever it may be. You know, I think back to pre-ministerial school, and my life was a little dull. I mean, I hate to say it, I was like at the epitome of success, but it was like wake up, go to the office, boss a couple people around, do a project, get another new contract, you know, and it was like the same thing every day. So this week, what I'd like us to do is take this challenge. Shake it up. Do one thing that you think you shouldn't do to change the routine, or one thing that might be peeling off from your busy schedule and say, I'm going to go over here and go for a walk. I'm going to go out to dinner tonight. I'm going to go to a movie. I am going to absorb myself with the starlings and watch a YouTube video when I get home. Okay? Something like that. Are we in agreement? This is a good thing? Yeah. All right. Well, then I think that's what we should do. So in closing, I want to share with you from John Acable Weaver. And here's what he says. To my mind, there must be at the bottom of it all, not an equation. Really getting into the feeling of what it feels like to be human. And then what it feels like to know that we have each other, and to feel and express that love is so profound to me. But an utterly simple idea, to share this idea to me, is when we finally discover something so compelling, so inevitable, that we will say to one another, oh, how beautiful. How beautiful you are. How much I love you. Could it be otherwise? How about we do a prayer about that? Could it be otherwise? Yeah. Okay, just kind of coming into this moment together. And just bringing this talk to a close. And just feeling the ever-present power of love and the presence of good that is percolating in each and every one of us in its own unique way. We are starlings flowing in a pattern that is unique to us, but collective and one whole unified field. And what I know about this and for us right here and right now is that there is only relationships. Everything depends on relationships, connectivity, critical connections. And what I know about chaos is that it is the rebirthing, it's the phoenix rising, it is the new, and it is always moving upward and onward, a spiral of life towards its better yet to come. And what I see right now is a vision of this future good as being now. Because we embody it. We don't wait for it. We are it. It is us. It's a reciprocal communion with the divine. And each of us is that, the divine. I'm so grateful for this time, grateful for this space, for CSL Bellingham, for this community, for all that is and all that shall ever be. And it's in this gratitude and thanksgiving I say yes. And I ask you to affirm with me now, and so it is. Thank you. We'll have the offertory baskets come up. And we really appreciate all of the abundant giving that happens in this community with all the different things and activities and even the monetary part.
These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace? Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive love? Are you ready? Joy, I am ready. Peace, I am ready. I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace? Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive compassion? Are you ready? Forgiveness, I am ready. Laughter, I am ready. I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace? Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive passion? Are you ready? Success, are you ready? Abundance, are you ready? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive?
Thank you so much, Kathy. Thank you. So some quick announcements that are here for us today. Roots of Empathy. This is going to be starting, and it's about engaging citizenship in our kids' grade school learning. And it will be Sunday, August 21st, and the facilitator is Sarah Araldi. I kind of can't pronounce her name, but it's Sarah Araldi. And she's a CSL member here for quite some time and a wonderful presenter, especially when it comes to social engagement. So we invite you to go ahead and attend that session with her. The men's group is meeting today at 12 noon in the back classroom. And Philip, show of hands for all our men or individuals who identify as men, please do join him. If you're online, you can join that group by going to our website and clicking on the Zoom link provided on the website. The other thing that we really are excited about, and there's been a lot of hoopla about this, is the Inward Journey. The Inward Journey is going to be a multi-year program for those individuals who really want to delve into the spiritual aspects of their being and begin to incorporate, that living in the world but not of it kind of mentality without really taking the path of practitioner. And this is going to be courses that are like modules, 5-week modules over a 2 or 3 year period that you can attend with practitioners, and Dr. Andrea and myself will be also teaching some of the different modules that will be part of the Inward Journey. So please do stay tuned. And the reason I'm telling you about this is you will have to have 2 certified CSL classes under your belt, so to speak, to be able to prepare for what the class will be talking about. We're going to want you to have a little bit of a fundamental idea about the principles that are taught in the science of mind philosophy. So that's why we are announcing that. And there are some classes beginning in September, so stay tuned for that. And lastly, Dr. Andrea asked that I announce a very dear friend of Dr. Andrea and Joe will be performing here next week, Saturday, August 28th at 7 p.m. And the presentation is called Spirit of Carl Sandburg, and it's the people's poet in his own words. And Walter, Max Walter is Dr. Andrea and Joe's very dear friend, and he actually studied Carl Sandburg, not only studied him, but met with his family and heirs and really got into the depths of what Carl Sandburg was about and what his legacy was. And now he goes around and attends different places to present his knowledge and the story about Carl Sandburg. So we invite you to join us Sunday, August 28th, 7 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. We're just going to be closing ourselves out with a song now, and I do want you to know how much I appreciate you being here and that I hope you enjoy this beautiful, you didn't lie about Bellingham having beautiful weather, so enjoy your Sunday.
So stand up and let's sing ourselves out with All Is Well. 1, 2. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Even Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. I am love and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. Last time. All is well, unfolding as it should. Have a wonderful week, everybody.